Abusia Ashanti Queen ababonten edisun abebodua. Ai wabebo Obaa Tiwaa ene maami akoso asa watim no edua. Adaya yese wakodiska. Aha aye sang God. Subscribe, like it, na share jebrey na yenti asem no emu entremu. Eye sika jeje bia na ekoso ewo maami akoso asa watim mu no. Se ye court na ya jiska ye ha na ya jiska no eno na Obaa Tiwaa ababonten abe expose Ashanti Queen se sika die bi akoso ya Ashanti Queen ana ediska no abusia no enumu na Ashanti Queen enso de esun ababonten abe bodua se ono osanity se wondi sika bi abusia kam wan ne nkoti asem no mu enchiremu emra
se mimi to menu obi asika sika amajeje watopsi no eni me ho sika ni mi ho adwo me saye fita musika ni mi ho dia wane ho a wo mu process ade no ma me be kasai na kade ba asem be biem ena mo de be sami dia ma ye nyina me kasa ma me ho me kwampotimi si mo de asem na be gu egu me so mo be yi egu me so akonkonsa from what team legal wife for mo group ni mo bi because everybody nyankopon abusuafo me wo ho no mo na me platform me ka say yenti team legal wife a team a group munti o me sa me ho eti wono ma na me yes me de bia me online me kasa eti no me kwati team legal wife group no eti wie na me so group ne kramp no me online no masaso asakọ wo mu group no ade nkofo meet me nye ayesa na stress meet me nya sadaji enu ani o na grade be friend no kwakumenu left me ti group na am say kwakumenu say me kwa me dey me group no me dey ba say ti mam ya kosua say wa na kwakumenu left for me platform omo se anya ni team legal wife et me dey na me tey ya me say na me gu no na mam ya kosua say wa ya any team legal wife na wo mo handle say group no na tobre bi na se abusuafo ne pem number ana me say there be me use one phone pe me use one SIM card pe any one phone etin me number group na kwafo bebre bebem na me number akototo outside no bia wo me number no me number ye no me use for long time any sadia me free na ma handle na me susuma ayede awo online ti da bia me ba team legal wife ye move ni say ye gida baby me ka chem say group no cramp no me ka say me mpe na me nka group no ho obi adi group na fa say ye ne dia ye mfa mo no nko a ema me wo mu se me din wo mu group ni mu nipa mienu miensa akwakodi nkomo ene nkofo mo didi nkomo sa mimi mom ena makofo ma me akosua day adey Liga wa nyasem ni enka me pon enya sem ni me pacho oh mo wonim ni nyina ne say me hu a me meka enti yese menye me hu a ade back door me hu ade ne nanya no meka me se de tete me hu a meka sa ade ne blue meka to say ye blue enti omo se menye o omo se menye ade no ye black wa se me che omo say ye black ene ma akoso me beka ana say yes ya bo omo se menye o me na meka no kura na meka so bi twanto ba me hu ade no wo back door na meka no omo se menye enti so omo de asem ne be ye gu me so abusuafo mo hwe o omo yi gu me so o team legal wife for mate the time will come when yankopon ne madanse die se me de me ho to ho no mama me no ne ho ti ne abrei na sa akoba ne sei na sa anya se de ye pa ye kwa ye ne nkukuo ye kwa na asem we se kwa ye kan ya machie mu 4 months aje mu aye bi aka fo mo fa ni die enu obuo kwa nka se mo me di kwa credit is Ashanti Queen aye bi enti oh mate mo se me ntwaso mate me kabusuafo mama mfrefrem abusuafo emunia mama eti no babusuafo me be clear me ho se me ni ho hwe na mom no me kan se akaye ma me hwe tim legal wife mo be hwe a sabato gi sika ni bi minim se sanso wa di bi asma si gi sika ni bi eti ke fe ma me account ankasa na se ma me ankasa busuafo na nken ko omumu a maka asembone e no mo ye mi se yo munti enya ye me saa me no 20 e no mo ye me saa munti o munti se de maame ni be hu sika ni mu bi no na nkodi type person ho ansa na akodi maame no wo enu nti makabone as sika no we jibeje ba maame na account de be call no ho direct enkodi obi a ho asem we kanu no kra mo mpe we mo mpe wa hu mate timliga wife for me be clear me ho mo vancha me se metia wo bi na so na se moti wo ba bia se de nkrofo nipa miensa na afem abo mama ne sesi no mo ka motia na mo hu se adwoa mini fo wo awrade anim ye be ko mama me akosua ese wa wo dro ene sonko so nti na me yesa enye ne bone kwa so na sika ne ho asem ene papa yi dade so aba hene e ho asem am be ka ne metai mesre mo se me kaseti obi a mo vancha me wa me pomacho
address me Miss Rowe.
My trust.
No, I look at followers. I'm out for dog. Over so any.
Almost say me din. Almost say me din.
I mean, would mean that maybe I would have done this long. That's what I mean, who don't see. And can be dear, dear. Mamma said, any moody anymore. Mimi,
Omon pen correct.
I don't know, dog. Talk about so dog. Your dog. Followers for some more dog.
Number, mommy number, the cousin number. Na me de betu online. Ama mo nyama twetwe sika na for na nkodu obi nsema maka somebody. Any make a we. Okay.
So, your dog.
Why?
Na mo followers for ni bi. Na me betwe aboka papa. Followers for ni bi mo create problem ma ye. And then sabato life so me real for papa. E dey na kwen dey am bi. Na wa me hu wa ha bia na block you. Mu ye evil. Mu na mo cause problem between Queen any as Obaa Tiwaa ani Queen ma mu nyina ne ye nyina. Mu stop o sama bobo adam na bugu mu fia. Mu fanta mo dem adan. E na mo te sa. Adan. Wa me hu bia wa ha bia na me block you because mu ye fun. Mu ko ha na makoha. Adan na mo je. Ye ku adan na benya free mu. Adwa na Obaa Tiwaa mo nkontokwa. Adwa ni Queen ma mo nkontokwa. Munya wate. Ana na mo ya konkonsafo sa. Adey. And it's about to life also. Muti be trotro. I don't know what to say. I bet you.
I didn't know me mentia se mesa kabiem. E di internet say. Ya kwaje ma me na counter. Mo betu esika na ma no. Na so mo be fair today. Adi sika no third person sa na kodi ma me no. Me hu ameka nti mo se menye.
Adwe twa so.
Me hu ameka. Ma friend pa me bi so mo nya ne sa mo tia ma me no.
Adwe
nti mo se menye.
Adwe me ni mo fere de twa so what. Uma me fu
Ashanti Queen, 1 minute.
Twa so why. Lama mama me kasa. Lama me kasa ma me wa. Ma me kasa.
Akawa kuma ana wo yesa ade we yama no na obaye na ni nyina begu a ebesa nam wo so se wo Ashanti kura na ba na obi a yese nti me no akasa wo backdoor te jai manenka efiti nansa ne watie me na de ye dan misrew
Me se men kasa bo mo se me din. My omodan.
misrew
Adwa ayisi dum life no on tawade dum life no. What's up, my way?
Not just say me patron, nya ne bone kwa so. One say se man claim me ho a. Eni pedi say ye ketu abi o. A piso make ma jeju o wonim se me aka me another phone anka me de bebo enkrofo record o mo efe sika ne ho. Ashanti sika ne ajeje ma o. Se ma me claim me ho kra. E din say ye ketu abi. Enu ntina me ma mo akasa de yi ba ye say ye ntua mama me na nkasa. Na sika ne nkodu obi a ho. Na maame ne ho no mo direct no hu se bia bua na mo bua no ene ne nkrofo misra anu ntira me pa macho wa
me pa macho
na te se
me ni mu a me ye small team se Queen be di sika mo he me ye small team ma prempo nyina so ye small team se Queen ba ko di musika sika ne da ho oni ye Why? I used to end no on time.
I me patrol. Tim legal wife for your mommy account or dear ma. Any account where your mammy and cousin cousin account. Will be obey to Kabia for be a tepesi biano. Mida mimi de minimum say. May by my man.
Ashanti Giants why Miss Sonny
I don't the fans for Giants and you're so problem. I
can't be a man. Ya can't be.
Prince.
Address black was it in one toy mount? See one toy mount.
One man can say 1 minute no or
I got boyfriend about so for one black
Brony Pacho.
I'm a friend of my
country away Pacho.
With the union, I'll see a pouch.
Yes, I'm a catch him. Some are minister, and from our new
Sana
ya. Say one more time me that do. See papa ya make come no clam come outside you know. E ku wo mo.
Ashanti
baby. I just think for na the marital home. Awo mi aja the marital home akwafa eche odi wo baby a ye de be say oba no mo na ye fault. Eya me ho say wo ma dwen from na be kasa asem.
Tipan kwasofo na wo ma dwen mu no no ya no mkeka nkwase asem. Obi a na oyare a wote ayi mu otimi eto ne pa ewo sa. Akotena ho no mu adi maame yani saa owu yin so amoma ne nya na somdwie emfa me ye ni kuna no nkotena ne ba bi anwene ne ho adai oprega adai beye be wo do ne busa panyi na mutubo mu no montena ho na wo sa atabena no wo mama ne bi mesi ade aye maame ni suo na wa ma na tie no ne de wo de maame na ye mesi ube ebi be bawo so wo sa atabena no na ke se wane ya bowdin aye de wo bi be bawo so adai Kosi ase Obaa papa bi me de meka ne se why ade nyame hwa wonye eboni bia ne mesrew wo mama fe nwurabafo ya watete wo mu edu so omo kwa aware atu omofo emo enkodo sa do no a wode kodo okodofo su a enne hwede ato wo na emo nkosa do no emo wo mama ne nkoye bi da so omo fa brofo omo ware abrofo de a fine ene abrofo de ene o metimi aye na Ghana ni bema Ghana ni bema wa hwa no akwa abusua mu te say ayi Charles Kodofo so ne ayi ekwo na abusua we se mu yesra sa do no because yesua ma wa che dodo enti fatu mama ni fuma wo mama ni koshia Ghana ni bema sa do no de mo fa bi nko do Ghana Omo fa bi nkodo Ghana ni be ma ta wanya boni bia sa wodo ayi daddy lumba nanso no wo mama no nurabafo papa bi no ma omo fa sa do ni bi so nko hia Ghana ni oja e bia no omo mpeburo ni no omo pe Ghana fo bet mo omo nye bi da mo omo nye bi to omo fo so omo nye sa de ni bibia mu da omo na make so omo kofa abrofo de a ene ye no de o omo beti ene abrofo de omo bunipa omo respect ma Obaa wo do no kura no mpona omo de wo ma wo hu kura mpo nkodim te sene a we no ma ye wa
generation we different because yes wo 62 years ye na eti bomo hu se na nkura no wo ne wo a obi ho na obi ti awale as ni kunu kodi no no so akodi e na nkura no muti bom omonya papa generation na
enti abusua panyin kura sene a wani ntie ye rade me se we ne yire wono wa yire mpo de ti utie yimu
ahon boni atu ma na yire dwane yeso adi nkura ma na yire dwane hwe de ni tv ni so ko kan papa si ase no busa ni se na yire wai na yire o wai
boni ati ni munti no hai boni ati ni munti no hwe obi ahon papa nti ni mu bi asa na obi hevu wei ukura no nya ben ya nya bebo nsam na ya daddy lumba kura na ne nkasa na ne daddy lumba nkasa ne yire nso wo ya wotama de na wayo watama mi sa hwe omra me pa wo cho
na so political suit na so political to more respect no abusi apeni political suit
ene na obi nso nkasa bia wai
Mbese mi nkase Oh, mami kasa ba ko pe why? Ba
But
ko
you
pe
know,
and sa me ready.
na menko. But because me can say we say paying. Yeah, sorry pa say. Mami akosia. Okoware abusia mu na nipa bi ti sa ewo mu. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, pa mami akosia acho pa say. Okoware number no when who say nipa bi obayifo bi ti sa ewo abusia ni. We are so sorry to her. We are all apologizing to her for having to deal with somebody like you, an evil, conniving person like you. When is Ebenezer no? Ebenezer no nenim to say tantan, nenim tantan. Ni ho enyefe. So the oil no it face him. Oil go between to scatter the family no. He looks just like that, just like yourself. Oh, kind of cray. You were a liar. And then the name of power now can say, my minimum power watcher, we are why. Almost say we is Canadian daddy. What have you reproduced without lumber? One anymore. Without lumber, one anymore. How relevant have you been to Ghanaians up until this case? You have the audacity. And your mommy wenti, and then there's lumber, and then Okoshankofona was Shamana, and my power. Sangofona, or more, person with the lumber dean, every year, no. And your mommy win a year. None of you can undermine her. That's my own Nisika. The widow, she's richer than you. If you have money, despite if you have money, produce a legend, then you can compete with that woman. Munisika musika no enyeshi. I talk as mamo, Efie mamo, it doesn't produce legend. E mona mama man, papa ni power, and no feel say ene, e se obi me panacho. Lumba ho nka betimi akasa asem se na yere me power cho. Who the fuck are you?
Lumba na ma despite ye. Santo any lumba na ma despite ye.
Lumba ho nka betimi akasa na yere me power cho. Who the fuck are you? Who's that abusa anyway? I have some unfortunately lumba oni nua bema to wu ya na kan nua baba kope etimu ba bedidi na tam no pese mo anda mine no mu bu ade wo be ka che ne yere se ne yere emepa wo wa che wo ye hwan na lumba yere ma me kan some cho lumba oti ase no wantimi anja ne yere not because say ejapade e because ontimi anja ne yere emebe ho ye nja omo oti ase no wanware wo favorite no. Priscilla, on your yuri or your dead man, a yuri or your ghost wife. Ghost wife. That is who Priscilla is. It's one boy there, one uncle Pama Menacho, and your mammy no be power show. Upa, you couldn't wankasa you kunano. Mammy, why you couldn't lumba obey some my train, me catch row. You need her. She doesn't need you. Thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
Love,
promise Pacho, my movie.
Yeah, me Pacho, what to him? Anyako.
Me US.
What can I watch our home club room?
That's why.
Okay, I see. This abusia penny dear. Obama bia kachi. Me say you have a lot to say. You have a lot to say. But the tree, no.
He's full of shit.
Don't mind him.
Disrespectful.
Don't mind him. Onya papa, abusia penny, onya papa. Thank you very much.
Love.
Moving love.
Yeah. Yes, abusia penny say. Master one be panic cho. Okay, yabakwa kwa pe abusia penny cho. So pe chopa, yabakwa kwa panic cho. Because ono na owu master wa, and ono na owu daddy lumba. And ono na share daddy lumba, no be daddy lumba. Papa ni na ma wonu ma onye obi obema ne so no. No na abusia penny no ni ho. Se abusuafo ne bia wo mo wo kakra na obi pemmo apa wo mo mmoa ne pa ne ba ne pa ne ye na o ma bagina ho abedane se wo mo na o mo ye abusuapeni kama lumba hi ammoa no na o wo he no se no se we nyi che lumba enti na o wo ho na o ye adwuma so na o ye abranti a we si so o ye adwuma wanto mi ammoa ne pa no Sabi nkwasi asem ya okoso no enye me mpese meye no because o epenimu ba wo hwa onye beifo we eye Jimmy ye sorry I beka say papa shi aboda abusa peninu na wa abodam ona na Ebenezer womo na womo tutu abusua no mo they had a problem not papa shi thank for two no they had a problem of abusua no Ebenezer nie Ebusia penny because wa who say na yesha political
This and the back the Singapore wait me there asoso.
or there be Singapore your crow papa we men for
Obi
Singapore
an the sianye so Singapore mfama no.
Sibog I love Ebusia penny masa one be power twenne on be power church na your dobroni and then some be power biacho on the Paganias nacho. Now despite there, nkonfo moja wa chichichichichichi so ya donation. No the year ni niama. Wa mu kasa free da begina ni platforms na o kan kwase asem say ma akosi asa wa koye there. Enye despite na so ma ne kru na oba no nkodi mu. Ye bi sa despite say there na mo ye sikeni. Ono ya be ka mo be ka kra. Enye ono a anka santo da suti ase ama yesre. Enyo no anka santo da suti asama yesre ya otu a ondwinu ni titi se aponchinti otu a onye di na Father Dixon no wo ho a ne nan ho te so obi a wa pọ ne nan fian te so obi a menim ne nan te se chewing stick onko pay o mo bi hye
Ne na te se Frida de ni bi o
there be Frida de no po ye me do nyame wo ho tontom so na ne nan ya nkatankati a ne body so no sa na ote no or to say Johnny Bravo, son of Father Dixon. One sorry, Uncle Asem qua or Bimba Power Chose, why oh dear. Mamudi mammy, when mu say mammy, we shany ya mammy we. And yan say, ya mamma me is rea. Uncle say, no, say, no, but one with him. What chantra was your penny what's not national TV so chantra say, well, mammy is some over. And what I know him. I was your penny, Calvin Moore him. In truffle, Berman truffle, not still nipa da so di papa we echi. Obi obetumi abegina national TV so atwa trophy say. San kwada na oba. Nkwada na wo mama esa na ina aba. Ja so odi we obi besi odi yama ne ho aye onankasa no ne ho asere. Aha, that's the way you people say.
Oyo hinta dua chire.
Onankasa no ne ho asere. Masa wa mpa ne twenne on mpa ne church na se obi bepam obi cho a eye busia ne na ese bepam a se wa cho eye lumba busia e na ese wo bepam a cho eye odobro ne na ese nkotofo no mpa ma ne cho se ma ya obone se ukwati a udi no me ma ba tena ho for 13 good years mutu na mo twa ma ne pa se 17 years odobro ne we di ahe where they mu pama kwada ne heja akosro be nkosro enya nyinse na papa ne nyim na ma oja school enya nyinse na papa ne nyim na ma oja secondary school motu amu nka no kra na mu nunu mu hu na mu sere mu nunu mu na mu sere ada mo fe so odobro ni oni classmate a ebi mu nim no mo dia mu nya ne amoya na ebi mu be drop nya ma mo nkasa mu yem be hye ne school first boyfriend krapo ye nim de nkwasi ade no Motu na mo no mo hu na mo.
Topic on God why and on God do you use private account.
I love my small being kasa me buef.
Waba. Onya baby aba me am pese me ka bibi kra na me.
Mesra mo kan che Emma on fra Obaa Tiwaa mesra mo. On friend is a see a wogina life bi so churches kamu ne nsem bia fe entokwa ya aba mesra no. Why?
Why life no also.
Sabato life na Sabato wo phone so na Obaa Tiwaa churches nti lady ba ko si gina ase say ye mpeke no nti mesra wo de mo mfre no why mpam a chew nya say be ye ntokwa se ye ni bread why
Queen
madam ase
Queen Emma oda meba
mesra na edi ho djuma madam ase
Love, yeah. Oh, no. As the cabin pona ya betcha mo betcha mo social media. Oh, Some na mo WhatsApp group mun ko ekire na mun ko kasika we hu asem. Obi oye adwuma bia odi kakra wo ho nti me de sika asem de obi am pe ba bi mfamfa mamon bese ye mu.
Yo, me pamucha wo.
Wana yakuntokwa.
Me si me bisa question bi o. As
Wana
account for
yakuntokwa. Mechamo, wana yakuntokwa no.
Yes, we Obaa Tiwaa ho nti wo ne na ma friend why drop na
Na
friend.
Obaa Tiwaa live.
Yes, we akọ sabato life na de ende. Nti drop. Dora mpacha kasa why? Dora.
Baako wadi kan ye bright so for bright ne baako akọpa atwa wo back door down.
Ana wasa ababiem.
Ana wasa ye bi.
Frida de na woje. Ede na woje. Wo ma me panimu na wo Frida obetimi awo ne ba pani ni kra ne wa ye pe Frida. Wutimi di ni besi ho edi natem. Na ye di akra we atam so munya atem di ye nya.
Mama na ye ni video kra no. Mama na ye ni video kra mpo still. Oh bibika.
Eya no prega ye soja si ni so sa ya mama medum gya no. No prega no onyini nche obia. Wono kro musi mi endidi natem. Na hwa na ye kodidi natem. Akwai cause a havoc or cause damages. Mama yan kan ye ndi bank ya o se ba ye ndidi atem. Se wo pese ye be didi atem o de bra so me fa na wa be kasa. Yo pese o kan ye si ya o de bra. Ye be fa why? Ndidi obi atem ye jai. JGM ma omo mbra be paso ho ma ye ready so mba be kasa.
Kwami kochini because they say who kasa omo ma so am bio.
Eno ti na ma da dia yense o wie obi o wie o ne kasa wie na o wie na go for boso akoka che ni ba fufro se bia wo ye ya no but onim se wan di na.
Agudi empa to me ba Queen.
La mo ba stro so dey.
Queen Patrick amanfo bi sa momo number na sa o comment amanfo bi sa
fatu so my why.
So
Mon try petition no.
Mon sign my movie koda. When you can go and see.
Me yeti. Wa mama me ba do.
Na la mo me bo a. Omo maso ha me ka so na wo asa wada de na.
Me so prega de so prega obi obedi na tembi o.
Na ye problem asama.
Because o prega no onyini che obi a. Wono kra ne ma me panimu rubbish shoulders. Eni ni ma gidi. Muwe ni ye wate. Enye we fiti na ye be tutu ya busuam. Ayi ye ma pie. Ye ntu ni nhwimpie. Ye ntu hwi ni enyi hwimpie. Na wo prega ne de. Ayi me kwa ye nka me bebo ni. Ono na chimi ne ho. Na o ma okwan. E na wo otimi be share wachi. E be ka se me be prepare ofi ama wo. E na wo Wutimi be ra ho sa.
What petition no edu 19,505.
Oh, I call 500. Oh, now 477 or so.
You say no, I can 20,000.
Okay. Mommy and sign the petition. Why?
Me for me say 700,000. Now you set a record.
Oh.
I said 100,000. I said now you set a record.
Obi answer. Say, hey, make a big Ghana for me, man. No come on.
Share. Human with your friends. I knew you Jumani at dear. Yet Tremuch or more. No one sign it in my wow. Because me must send you a lot of people are almost signing or more signing. It's more than 500 or more yamame. It's me patrol, Mama Yen, sir.
What's me and Obi Abejira manim? Namokraya manim. Say Frida need to be bejira say me makon. Ama a court case I we amount. Eh.
I saw ya.
Kasa no I say more hamdodo yeah. Mo my so na long lawyer can say Obaa ye man 5 minutes. Say no. Obaa no I say they didn't was say nti my man manager omra me continue the why not You focus on that. You shoot to 800 and something. And about 720.
Na say na fire na course so say I started because some do meja.
Fire na omo course ni omo
lawyer
Queenema eya kakra ma omo fa fire ni mfam fi say fire na TikTok for your modiane.
Na omo WhatsApp so oh. I me dey too na me tire na me dey need to make us kakra no. Mama for bia oh me catch am say munja space ma lawyer.
Messi me pesa me floor so ye fili ananka ma floor ni mesi no aba.
Lawyer obetimi esi.
Em ma original phone so em ma busy.
Yes.
Adom me ba se fi am so e ma bet me afọ me.
Adom my inbox say o. My Sunday at the
Lord, please request again, lawyer.
But after now, me say wonka.
Lawyer request why?
My Sunday way say me here on number me person we are DB mama but my inbox
why?
Alright? E kwanya da ho, she ho, Bianca sisifo. Alright?
Pamucho petition na sem no mitimi ka bibi kakra fa ho.
Mesra mo nkwo hwe Aisha mama you. Aisha.
Pamucho lawyer banti I think mama you.
Oh okay.
And minim so ya leo se bibi na sie obi anti Ashanti Queen.
Me hu Aisha na yi no kra me bokra appeal bi.
On ba online po. Obi anso ni ni number.
We are.
That's good. No, I understand. Sometimes you need a few minutes to just get it out of your chest. But it's just like there are, the people that come on. Some people come online and they love to hear the drama, the attempt. They want to hear it. But then there are some people genuine. We've got new type of people that have now joined the group. The ones they're serious. They come, passionate about this, and they really want to find ways to bring about change and to help Marcus Esewa. So I think for those people when they come online and they want to talk about the topic and they want to talk about a way forward. So yeah, it's fine. We need to have a show that allows for different type of things to happen, but it just we just need to do it and then have a break so that those people who want to have serious discussions can then come forward and engage in that discussion. So let's does anyone have any questions specifically or anything that they want to talk about? And if you're online, please feel free to.
No, I do have one I want to talk about. Obia our platform is here Damasio.
Yame basiba, Pato mamenchi pin, sorry, lawyer, sorry, Pato. Yes, your mom will be some number, and no, na Queen pin or knitting pamcho. Mom contribution I read in Pato, wait to me, I send number, Pato, but I said, waiting after.
Yo, Mpacho, yada obi bias, obi or contribute bia. First of all, me person me competition no.
Me say my answer topic no be work question me omusa lawyer why?
Mpacho me
question me omusa lawyer.
Yo. So petition.
I should be able to be 3 minutes now request or why?
Okay.
Yo, Mpacho. Na petition.
3 minutes why?
Yo, Mate. Mpacho petition no say we sign here who what X obetimi a share.
If I gift na be ba why in the next maybe aka 1 hour na gift never.
Okay. Mpacho
me a person gift me be 1 hour.
Yo, Mpacho me to us no petition no say we sign here obetimi a share or X Instagram baby as individual aside from say we share my friends no obetimi a share X Instagram obetimi a share or Facebook na obi nso a won your friend no no so nani aboso nansa no so assign bi nti na no sa na beboa na me come asem so no lawyer Mpacho wo ye judgment ni bae no omudi abetu Facebook ni nyoma judge no o see there was one pointer she kept hitting on say ma certificate no di buy no a extract. Mpacho, yeah, ko appeal ye. Are we preparing to bring the signed one? Now, if we are doing it, Mpacho, yes. Mpacho,
it's out, and our lawyers also go through. So Oma pick points where they are going to elaborate on, they are going to find way about it. And this answer me pacho enye but me my lawyer answer this particular question.
Mate, I understand everything. Say a strategy that why yeah, I understand it because yeah kasawa ha e bi mu shisha se ho no omu use against us intino. I'm totally on it. Say yeah strategy, your plans shouldn't be out. But I just wanted to know that we are doing something about it. Say beya and send be brain na ekosono will calm down because yeah the movie no yeah fast no World Cup na me say me bida because but that no yeah because we mama anymore you could see all the pain and na yen African men no edwuma omo didi ya mama no no ebi ni o ebi ni me America say I'm from such kind of family inti no my imagine say enya aware bia na nka ye nuanu ni ye maame no so mu wura mu me maame say eje bi ahyehye no na aware mu no enya eja ketua o mi ka say me papa owo dan bebre so me maame onti mu baako because of insensem bi say inti no it's some of us no a personal insisie no dodo let's say yen pese beka ye plans are we should say bibi a contribution bi anamo de aba ye be contribute kakra bi e wo bia ebusiafo na yaye na ye de aye ne ese ne efata because Ghana no insisie no adoso krona nkasa no egu krona egu institutions no mo gu ni nyina say ano marriage institution no e no ma ye ready so mbegu no because right now no, they are giving the side chico whatever no the power okay to do certain things because a drew court now judge betimi use some taxes winning some your friend is saying technicalities be e dey throw case out now side chico say why no one why then why you kuntan head in nam ho nti yemo me dem my ready nti anytime bia na me say you hit your point but if there's contribution if you guys want us to keep continue putting in the money to her now to the same number so mpamcho mo fan to Ghana we should continue doing it until them move it my Sunday be I think that was on Sunday until I know the number.
Thank you so but Sunday they don't say a tray mu say minim say na me kasa na so a tray mu say na ye dey call yeah at Monday no which yeah results no enche beba
matter
it's when also is of a different cause because and then many boy they didn't know about obi a penny be a watwe bia ye beba ha ne aba address am obi ehu yamfa obi esika
matter
yes from
you mutimi si ni wa na mafo obi nti no no so a kire na adwe
me pa show you
that's
Lady T
Kwenyema pacha mo nti san abusianfo
nyame adom lady
pacha yo ya metie mo pa na me no ya mempe kasa bebre ba ne mbeka ne se mumma ya nyina ya baako na ya ngina mo strong because me say no me not na me were US ha aware no me come bi ena me jaye ena me san aware biom na me from Ghana me di baha no me di sa Ghana marriage certificate na buy until anything legally at all me di ye no no one has ever asked me say fako ha no mo certified omujitum prekope. So what we need to change, and I'm glad that we are coming out and we have some men supporting that. What our motion for this is to change that. Because share a bufo be brave. Because so your judicial system no more steady law and they're setting the law not only for Ghana but for other countries. They should have a way that they will verify it without even asking you the client to go extra here, to go extra here. And say na ya back together and I like the unity meaning say we have we are from different countries, but through RP so yeah carbon. So let's fight. We are fighting a good battle. Or no dear na abba, and you know the fortunate thing say oh no your friends a star and na yeah movie bebre. These things are going on. People are dying. Women are dying inside. So they can't express the pain that they are going through. Oh, I now no be bread. Mo sorry, I'm more kojima, mo yese. And when say young first can bomb, young koye, the young sit down, young koye say. The next me know I'm make a shade with fear. Obetin no a worry. Na osaba ne te fie onye hwe na wo momo wa ha wo ye juma, but and then at the end of it they are benefiting more than us. So we have to put a stop to it. Until let justice be justice. Until minim says insult no so can ho, but ba what we are trying to achieve out of this. Now let's focus on that petition. No my home, my sign be break. So beso sign ama Ghana. Your friend says Attorney General was on for to look into what thing they can put in places. Send a verification. No, it shouldn't be that way. And Tinia, me person me contributing.
Thank you, Mama T. Lady T, sorry. Victoria.
Pachovet to me, Mom.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, dear.
Yes, sweetheart.
Good evening, Busiafo.
Good evening.
Asem we dear, ye nyina ya word me din de soft ma me vek. Na ye nyina ye ni die kire pa Saturday senka krom mba no mote kwan ko mo bomi. But ye nim se nyame te ase. No kra de ba ko pe chin koba. Nyankopon ma no kra no ensan ne chida. No kra no na beba. Efie a meti me kra me opposite house. Papa bi one ne yire na ete ha. Na yire ne nya ne hwie. Na yire ne nya ne bibia ye. Afi o se na yire ne kasa dodo. Okọ edwuma mma ntem. Obeba na ade asa. Wo ya ade ayi a obekasa. O twempena nti na yire ne kasa dodo. Oba late 12 o'clock one day. Yeni beti no mbe biom besende. Nti we so ne oba na wakotena oba ne so. Omfi ne ma. Said oye property bi wo ho a. Na se bibi to na so obeka oba no beka se watena no wabre. We ye bre. Mama ne papa sana papa ye me mama. Afa ni sika san ya ohia no lapa no osa ba me mama ho back. Nti mema de wodwen ho kra wonte ase ama sesi ano ye mpese ebeboa wodwen ho kra mpese obeboa okunu bio. In fact akokɔ bebre but we de ye fa ye nyina ye nansi ona sa de na tuntwa se Ghana government omu mra a ewo Ghana eye adwuma nko ade a ade we eto betwa. So samra no mbu ne intenchia o seden sa word na ye kan Ghana for ye pesa de no too much ye no kre ye ntumi nka de ye no kre de bia ne ye chia no kre so ze se ajaje beba foforo no se ye ono ade ana se je ye mbo mpae pa se bibi na som de sika be ma nani abre sika na sa de no hu sika no kra o hu ne sa de tantan bi ade a ye tan wo nani so ye boss ampai na Nyankopon betie ye obeye ne saman pepepe no kra ne ye hwehwe ye nka sa ekotua bribe na ye asesa no kra ma ye bompai sa nyame ma no kra no endedi ebi sa Ghana fo bebre asan wo mu nti ase yi nti ne omo pe na omo keka young women ne young girls sa nkwasasem no mudi sabi me pamocho mo mfa nchem. In fact omo nti asem na se na ne omo pe na omo keka ne ne ama so ye bompa no kura ni dedi afi no mbeti ase
Once obi wa no kura court asem we by say na on ware no oso wa ware no one be ma na gya dada munnim no kura no munte brofo monko school nti ne amopa bia na moka mepa mo cho bibia so ebeba no monkyera ase wo twi mu on bebre tie but bebi omu tie wo no na enye omu mpe bebi anokora no wo no omu nkoti omu tie sa wo omu keka nsem hu ne ho no omu pe so nyam sani team legal wife for bebrenya platform ne foforo different we chirem na we so chirem esa beko echire na nkofo bebre a omu nti asem na se yi a enu nti omu disa opriga na chi no na afi omu ati asem na se Madam Nyame Shram.
Asepa Nyame Shram.
Nana ma. Oh, sorry, lawyer. Yeah. Sorry.
Me passionate to say.
Lawyer Nkasa why? Sorry,
me responded to the wakano. Me minka for nananko ye.
You feel comfortable with me, I'm sure.
Yapamucho, madam. Yapamucho, more from the media who was a mama double empower tap screen. No, I share, I request it. Why a number is okay. You know the person, and I was into a sermon. Mama empower tap and I share. Why? I'm just not give me a sample. Yapamucho number is a dash screen. Momo number now, they did a contribution. No. Nashmi Cosmetics, Intimpa Mucho, Madaroma. Ubetimi asende ketua biensa. Ubetimi asende na wo sende tunenya misho ani ya kuma swade mai. Ana yesremu ani die miyema lawyer kwan kakra na ono so se de oye no na yese wo ka bibi na ebebisa question ba se ya chipin ya ma lawyer post kakra nti. Ko lawyer obi bi kan ya ma no nto afi na face questions no. Ebe follow afterwards so pamcho yem power tap yesremu.
What I wanted to say is that can you hear me? Is my reception bad? What I wanted to say is that that is good. And what I wanted to say is that from what you can't believe how many young girls on social media have been educated by Team Legal Wives. You know, the impact that you are all having and the fact that you're standing up against this is going to change so many young girls' mind. And it's going to improve the way they think about this, how they deal with men moving forward. Doing remarkable work. I can't tell you because I was just speaking to. He was saying, it's made me think I'm never going to go and date a married man again. No way. And to me, we've achieved so much already. So well done to every single woman that shared their story. They've supported Team Legal Wives. They continue to support Team Legal Wives. You're not just doing this for Mama Sarah, but you're doing this for a lot of young girls and you're educating people. Okay, any question?
Oh yeah. Esiama.
Question? It doesn't even have to be about this case. You can ask me any question you have in general.
Okay, please, I want to ask, what do you think about the judgment in general?
So yes, sadly, I came yesterday and I discussed it at length here, but I can give you a quick summary. I think she obviously took the weekend to perfect the judgment. I don't think the judgment was where it was on Friday. I think she watched and listened to potential critiques, and she tried her best to write it in a way that is essentially remove some of the loopholes that we would have had. However, I think in my view, there are irregularity in the procedures. I think there are errors of facts. I think there are issues surrounding and I think I'm using legal terms. I'm going to try and use layman. Judge case managed this particular case caused injustice and it was wrong. And I think that if lawyer Chrissy is able to put a lot of evidence together, that anyone with basic legal knowledge will see. This case was not appropriate for fast track. It wasn't. You're dealing with a plaintiff who lives in Germany, not Ghana, Germany, just been aggrieved, going through, so many different things. And yet you said you want to hear the case within 4 weeks, but you have a high standard insofar as the evidence that you are going to accept. So you place significantly high standard of proof on the evidence. It was not a balance of probability. It was higher than balance of probability. It was clearly beyond reasonable doubt, even higher than that. Yet you were willing to accept the second defendant's evidence, which in my view, and everybody's allowed to have their view, did not even meet the balance of probabilities test. Her counterclaim to the standard of proof was on the defendant to prove, and her counterclaim that she was actually a wife. That was her counterclaim. And I don't think on a balance of probability she was able to prove it. She only produced one witness. The witness was not even in the place when the family were discussing matters, according to him. And the one witness that said he attended an alleged ceremony of wedding. There is other process that needs to take place for a customary marriage. There was no pictures whatsoever. Considering the potential injustice that can be caused by recognizing another woman as a wife, the way in which she was willing to accept the evidence in its entirety and make those determinations based alone on one witness, and wasn't even a family member. The other person witness, which is Penny, there was hearsay, he wasn't there. His evidence couldn't be accepted. So all this woman had was no pictures. She didn't bring any pictures of wedding or nothing. So Penny bought something with AI, but she didn't bring any pictures apart from a picture the pictures that were present is the pictures of her walking with Daddy Lumba, and maybe a video of Daddy Lumba saying middle. Daddy Lumba did not actually. Yet she made the assumption, and she used words like assumption and presumption. And so I think there's so many clear errors of law, errors of facts. I'll say errors of facts mainly. And I think they're strong and compelling enough to say, hey, so the way in which you judge this case is not consistent. You were biased. You were willing to accept one person's that said he never married her. And she used the fact that there was a recording where she said, Brempoma said, "Ekuma papa bi paba," something along those lines, as the way to say, oh, the joke of Ekuma papa bi is sufficient to establish that she was married to Daddy Lumba. Come on. So to me, you were willing to accept that marriage with that low standard of evidence, but not willing to accept a letter from the German embassy, marriage certificate, which you didn't have any knowledge of because you said, hey, I think it's an extract, and it's not. But anyway, let's not go into that. And then you suggest in your findings that there should have been an expert witness, whether from the embassy or maybe a lawyer should have come to give evidence. Yet you could have case managed it and said, I think she could have directed that the expert witness, because this issue about certificate was discussed even at case management, and she should have made the direction that she think that an expert witness should be brought. Indeed, she even acknowledged, I think in paragraph 94 and 103 and 93 of the judgment, she acknowledges that there was discussions around complexity in getting and following the process with a limited amount of time, and that there was an issue around that there was the other party, the plaintiff, wanted to call as evidence someone from the embassy to support the marriage certificate. She then made a assumption that they won't come. There's no need for it. She's not going to allow the she's not going to grant the summons. Because essentially you summon our lawyer was asking for a summon of a witness, so to summon the embassy and force them to come and give evidence. So she admitted that she it didn't come. But if you acknowledge the complexity around that, and then you use it against the plaintiff lawyer, yet you are willing evidence, bearing in mind the implications of that acceptance of that position that she's married with no video, no pictures, nothing whatsoever. You accepted that this woman was married to Daddy Lumba, and the evidence on the reasons why there was no video is because he was ill. I mean, come on, it's like. I mean, I think it's very clear. Like, you telling me not even a person that came to the marriage took a video. Yeah, Daddy Lumba, it just, to me, I think there's so many compelling information to suggest that no wedding took place. And yes, Daddy Lumba lived with her as someone who, a long-term partner, as a thing, but he never, went through the formalities properly to actually marry this woman. But she made findings of that. Equally, I see that she relied heavily on the alleged letter from Marco Sasewa suggesting that she wants a divorce from Daddy Lumba. She relied on it specifically, but she then said that she didn't believe that by sending the letter alone, that would be sufficient to dissolve the marriage, whether the traditional marriage or to dissolve the traditional marriage, and therefore there was no divorce. However, she then but she fails to ever consider that even within the letter that was sent by Akosa Sewa, that divorce letter, there was clear admission in that divorce letter stating that, saying she gave evidence. And one of the key things in evidence is consistent statements. So this woman is saying, me and Daddy Lumba got married in Germany under ordinance. And then this document, this letter that was sent to Daddy Lumba in 2018, way before these proceedings began, clearly states in the letter that we need to dissolve the ordinance marriage that took place in 2024 in order for us to be fully divorced. That is what the letter says, okay? Yet, that woman did not even consider there was an ordinance marriage in place between Daddy Lumba and Akosa Sewa. Yeah, because that would not go in favor of a narrative. She had so many different evidence that she could have used together cumulatively to say, I think she could have. Yet she relied heavily on a technicality to ignore. She was willing on the other party to say, I believe that there is whatever. And to me, I think the inconsistency in approach shows clear bias. In the process, clear bias and I'm not going to go into too much details and other things that I picked up, but those key elements where you got consistent evidence between the plaintiff or admitted by the other party, showing that there has always been this belief or this agreement between her and the deceased that there is an ordinance marriage in place that would need to be dissolved so that they could end their union properly. And then she was asking for certain properties and then she was saying, let's go and get a proper divorce then and you can start your new life. And she was making serious allegations of the fact that, adultery. Yet this was compelling evidence, in my view, compelling evidence, because it proves that there was consistent evidence that had been made. She consistently said that there was ordinance. They consistently acknowledged that the ordinance, and yet the judge made the decision not to even part because it did not fit the narrative, which shows that there was biasness, and she had already made a decision on this particular case.
Thank you so much. I would want to also ask about a video I watched this morning about another Ghanaian lawyer trying to say that the appeal will not succeed because the lawyer was not able to produce
Yes, Yama, please.
better certification.
This particular question, I'll not let the lawyer answer because almost feels that unsucceed. Yeah, that is their opinion. We are not going to answer this because some of our strong cases, that's what we're pushing. To make sure that question shouldn't be asked. Thank you. Any other question?
Okay. My last question is about another lawyer, Lawyer Noche. Before the judgment was even passed, he said that Ghana, we have common law, and that the judge can use the common law to decide on this case, and Mami Akosua was going to lose, and that was basically how it came out. So in this particular case, can you educate us on that? And was it is it lawful for the judge to rule using the common law? Thank you.
The judge will use common law.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Lawyer Kasa, when you're done.
So I think
you're next.
Okay, so I think
Lawyer, you're next. Why?
I think there are different law that comes to play, and common law is one of them when you're looking at any case. So you've got statutory and common law. Now, I want to be very clear. Had the ordinance marriage certificate been accepted, though her case would have been won at that point. It is because I think they preempted this. They knew that the judge was going to, chuck the certificate away. So I think those type of comments about common law, to me, my view, indicate a preconceived. They knew the outcome. To be honest with you, I think people keep talking about contempt of court, and I would say the contempt of court would really, if you look at it very carefully, would come from the other side. Because a lot of people were given indication they knew the outcome. The guy that works in Peace FM, for example, he came in halfway through confidently, come on. And he was like, I think it's going to go in favor of Odebroni. I mean, anyone with half a brain and any education will know that if the certificate is accepted, then there's game over for Odebroni. To be confidently in a professional capacity to say that, to me, I just think it just makes you think there was a preconceived idea or a discussion with the judge or somebody. I'm not saying it was, but somebody, because you don't know the outcome until the judge speaks, which is a judgment. And if the judge has accepted the certificate into evidence, how on earth are you going to know that that's not going to be, that the judge might not use his discretion to take it because of this other evidence and make her find that she was married as in ordinance so the fact that people were boldly making these statements suggests that they knew that there was no way, because the case is very strong if the certificate was accepted. And all this conversation around common law and all that stuff would not have been appropriate. Thank you.
To add up, no, I don't think so. We have a common law regarding ordinance in Ghana. We don't. That is what I think I know. But if there's otherwise, the lawyers will know.